So this is taking us right up into these ashy lands that I don't think we've been to at any point in the story. Although, why isn't it true that the Torgals, Jill's people used to live up here or something? And then they were wiped out? What was the lore there? And Torgal used to be her people's guardian or something like that? Used to be the guardian of Shiva. Am I right? Am I remembering that all? Am I making all of that up? That could be the case. So, if you manage to navigate the cloak's narrow mountaintop pass without plummeting to your death, you will be rewarded with a breathtaking view of blighted wastelands stretching from the Oilfest Bay to the Sea of Grace. That sounds lovely. Lost Cloak, let's go.
All right, you might want to hold on to something. We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
How do you mean?
Of course you don't. That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes. But don't take my word for it. Watch.
Are we about to see, like a town or something come into existence? Oh, this is magical and a wonderful way to explain why whatever we're about to see wasn't there throughout the, previous 100 or so hours of gameplay.
Worse than a slug of Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
It's blue, but how is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you?
No, elaborate.
Ours just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day.
I'm so glad they've done this. I have missed blue skies in this game. Rising Tide, let's go! This game was so beautiful for the first 2/3, and then that last third, the skies get blighted, the acacia are roaming the lands, and it gets so gray and boring almost to look at. So I'm excited that we're getting our color and contrast back for this DLC. I hate the fact that when we're done, we have to go back to the land of misery and woe.
It's a long slog to the village, and a hard one. I hope you're up for a climb.
Now, I was told that these were going to be narrow cliffs that are extremely dangerous to traverse. So I need that to be true. I need there to be a potential for me to fall to my death and get extraordinarily frustrated and angry at the game, but more so myself. But I take it out on the game.
Finally.
What? You didn't think we'd arrived, did you? The village isn't up here. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Of course it is.
Wait, I have a question. How do if everyone lives inside of this glimmer? By the way, we just got a trophy. That's exciting. But if everyone lives inside of this glimmer, and the outside world looks different from the inside, and vice versa, and presumably there's not a lot of travel between all these people, how did they hear about Clive? Like, how did that information reach them? What happened there? Alright, carry on. I'm done asking questions. Let's just go on an adventure, I guess. Let's see what the world has to offer us. Presumably new monsters, new terrifying foes to face.
Watch yourself, Sid. This path can be treacherous.
Can it? Can I actually fall off the edge?
And for the beasts who prowl it.
Thank you for the warning. And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
You will be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Is that so, Lord Margrace?
It's all the same to me.
Why even mention that, Joshua? Unless he's trying to get on our good side. Do you think he fancies her a little bit? I always thought him and Yopote, or whatever her name was, had a bit of a thing going. I genuinely, it was something like that. Yote? Was that it? I can't remember her name now. Ooh, evil walking flowers called wolf traps?
I'll keep my axe and spells to myself then.
There we go. Oh, don't like that. Come on in. Get inside of the... we need to stand in the midst of this thing so that we can more accurately drag everybody else in. No, don't go underground. What are you doing? Get inside of the giant... Jill, stop it. I'm trying to do a thing here, okay? Come here, you. It's just you left. This thing is about to go away. That is a disappointment. Hold on. I think we can finish them all off with this. Mostly... Beautiful work here. These things are level 50, I want to point out. So they are at a level with us. And they are the first enemies that we are facing in this DLC, which suggests to me that quite possibly everything we fight after this is going to be a higher level than us and a higher level than we can achieve.
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
Then it's in for a long wait.
There's a good little bit of dialogue. So did we just find out that she too also has magic powers? I was too busy talking to myself and saying nothing of real worth or value. I didn't quite catch. Was she doesn't have a brand because she's never been to Sandbreck? Was that the idea? And she's not careless enough to let that happen? Because I like that as a character. I kind of thought she was just going to be standard character in this world who is, I mean, I guess racist isn't the right word, but that's kind of the parallel they're going for. You know, she hates bearers, essentially. But then she twisted that on me right after I accused her of such a thing, you know, by saying that this individual deserves a better fate. And now we are learning that she too presumably is a bearer. So
from there, you'll have a better view of our home.
It had better be fascinating. It had better be breathtaking. All right, I need this to be breathtaking.
Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you. Just so you know.
This is not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
So that must be what casts the weird wall, the glimmer. I see like one house and a couple of little shacks.
It's been a long time since I saw the north looking so
alive.
Non-blighted?
Sure you have plenty of questions.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest.
Have you figured out a way
Our
to
humble
unblight the
village
land
is
or
only
prevent
a short
blight?
way from here. If you'd care to accompany me.
If so, that could,
Let's get ourselves
you know,
in front
we
of
could
the
solve
fire.
the entire like
And I'll
issue
tell
in
you
the game
everything
if
you
they have
need
some
to
sort of
know.
secret. I don't know why, but I was expecting a semi-advanced looking city, not
beautiful.
towers and roadways and
Shula.
things, but
And
like
we aim
towering
to keep it that way.
white marble, like maybe sort of a situation. People in robes reading books. I don't know what gave me that idea, but oh, these are these vicious? I assumed that everything I saw on the road was going to want to kill me, which is why I initiated combat with these things. I guess now is probably unnecessary because they're kind of just like alien gazelle, but we're here, it's happening, there's no turning back now. Wonderful work, everyone. What's going on back here? Can I get back here? Is this just some set dressing? Yeah, hey, there's a cave that goes somewhere back here. Look how fleshed out our world is. I can respect that. I really respect it and appreciate it, actually.
Are those stones glowing?
That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
Which ones? Those up there? I don't think the stones are glowing. I think there's some sort of bizarre dome over it. Oh, this glowing snow. Okay, no, I do see that. I get it. Wonderful. A northern wolf. Not to be confused with, you know, every other wolf in the game. I'm confused, though. Again, isn't Torgal supposed to be a wolf from the north that used to serve whoever was the icon of Shiva before Jill? Why do these things look like him? Why doesn't he look like them? Is he just better fed? Because they do look a little bit scraggly, but they also look like fundamentally different creatures. So I'm a little bit confused on that. Also, you know what? Hold on. We need to check really quickly. Back over here. Under abilities. So, we could spend all of our ability points, save for 4, and go ahead and get the fully mastered aerial blast. I'm gonna do it, and here is why. There are other things we could invest our AP in, but from the moment we unlocked Aerial Blast, this has been one of my favorite abilities. It's not even the most devastating or dangerous, it's just kind of funny. You get a big twister, especially in a boss fight where it doesn't actually pick them up, it just kind of consumes them, and then you don't know what they're doing or where they're at, and it's super dangerous and risky, and I probably shouldn't be using it in those situations. I love it. For that reason, we're mastering it. There's no turning back now. I don't even know what mastering it has accomplished. I can't wait to see it in action, though. Literally, I can't wait. We're going to do it next available opportunity. The next sad bunch of creatures we find on this trail are going to be subjected to the fully maxed out Twister.
One wonders what prompted it.
I'm even going to go ahead and get it queued up and ready to go. I'm so excited. What is it actually called? Aerial Blast. I keep calling it a Twister, and I don't know why. What is that up ahead? Are those flowers and some bugs? It's the perfect group for this. It's the absolute perfect group. Alright, everyone. Suffer! Wrong one! I hit the wrong button. I've done this so many times, you think that wouldn't be possible. There we go. It looks like the regular old Twister. Is it maybe more aggressive? Does it move more? Does it deal more damage? Does it exist for longer? Come here, get inside of my new Twister. I'm a little disappointed. I really wanted this to be like the final evolution of tornadoes. I wanted this to be like the movie Twister. I wanted this to be an F5 that sucks up a cow and sends it spinning around in the world. I am suffering from endless disappointment. I mean, I'm sure it is better, but it's not better in the way I wanted it to be. I wanted it to maybe catch on fire at some point or something. I don't know. Spit out spurts of lightning, maybe consume the entire screen, actually pick up a cow is what I wanted, and we didn't get that, and that is a tragedy. I don't think we can roll it back either. Was there there's a way to reset what you've chosen, isn't there? I seem to remember that being a thing. Maybe back at the Arate Stone, or maybe if you talk to some little goblin hanging out in a hole somewhere, he'll be like, "Oh, you want to reset your points there, do you, laddie? Oh, we can make it so, we can make it so. But in order to reset your abilities free, you'll have to give me a potion 3. I don't know what that means. I'm not even sure what kind of potion he'd want. Maybe that's what he refers out to alcohol as? He's an alcoholic little goblin that lives in the trees.
Could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay.
Would that have been an issue? What would have been wrong? Would you want to elaborate why that would have been a problem? Why would we not wanted to do that? Wouldn't the glimmer hide us? Or would people notice? Hold on, I think that's the way they want us to go. We're going to defy their desires and wishes for us, and we're going to go down here and see what, if anything, awaits us. Probably nothing. We're probably going to have to go out here for like a side quest or something at some point. Is this a dead end, or can I just run down the river? This definitely feels like an area you'd come to confront somebody over something. Yeah, we can't go under the water, unfortunately. And this seems to be the end of the journey. So I guess back we go, but we will have to come back here. Possibly as part of the main story. I don't know if this big DLC adds smaller side quests kind of content, or if it's just like one globulous sort of thing. But I would like for there to be something to do back there at some point in the future. That would be fun. There's gonna be. It's probably gonna be like, can you all find my cat for me? He ran away.
On evening tides.
Does morning's light return?
Open the gates!
Okay, thanks for saying that out loud so that we know what the password is too now. It's a bit presumptuous of a name. Come to our town, we call it Haven. Come to my town, we call it Excessive Riches. Wouldn't mind living in excessive riches.
Outsiders? Well, I never. Look
look at the size of that dog?
All right now, back to your duties. You'll have to forgive my people their curiosity. We don't get many visitors. Or any, truth be told.
Then how do you get information?
This is quite extraordinary. Like stepping into another world.
How'd you find out about
So
Sid?
do you believe me now?
What rumors did you hear and where did they come
Difficult
from?
Not to, my lady. But how did your people chance to settle here in the north? Unless I am much mistaken, the moats of water long called the coasts of southern Ash their home. Until Drake's Horn fell and the Blight forced them ever inland, where...
We met our doom, along with our dominant. I see you've read the Gregorian Church's account, but perhaps you'd like to hear ours. That building over there is the Witten Hall. It's where my people gather to discuss matters of import.
I definitely thought they were
We can
talking about
speak
the building
more
on the cliff.
inside.
I'm glad they gave us a
Once the place is ready to
cut
receive
in
you.
to clarify.
It shouldn't take long, but you're welcome to explore the village while I see to things.
Thank you. We'll do just that.
You know what? They probably have a bunch of new music tracks that we can't afford to buy here now. I'm going to be so disappointed when I find out that there's a brand new sword that's even better than the sword we have now that we cannot afford. That's going to be great. So what have we got around here to do? We have Minwoo's Cup, the stores, and the foundry. I guess we'll start with whatever Minru's Cup is. I'm assuming that's just like some sort of local tavern where we can sit around and chat about what's going on in the world and maybe pick up some side quests. Was it here? No, it's here in the middle of the.
Sorry, but I don't like it.
Wait a minute. Is it just like a little pond? Is that what this is? Minwoo's Cup might just be what they call this little pond here. Okay, so we're not going to go in and ask if they've heard any rumors lately, unfortunately. The stores, I assumed, would be a place where you buy things, but I think it's actually just where they store things. I think it's literally like the storage area. That makes sense. And then the foundry appears to be, yet again, really nothing. I can't seem to talk to this guy. What am I exploring town for? There's no benefit to it. Okay, well, you're a coward, aren't you? Intruders! Look at him running through town and no one else is bothered but me. I'm very afraid. I don't like new things. I don't like change. I don't like gravy.
The tributary awaits you within the Witten Hall.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I also like the name of the Witten Hall. Okay, 2 doors.
So what do you think of our little haven in the woods? It might not have all the comforts of a southern settlement, but at least it's ours.
And there's a lot to be said for that. It can't have been easy keeping this place a secret.
Not easy, no. We've dedicated our lives to maintaining the glamour that conceals us. Us and Walyas.
This man, Walyas, is he Leviathan's dominant?
That's right. Though he's no man, Walyas is still a baby.
Pardon?
A baby?
How does this work?
Forgive me, but you said that the Dominant and his icon were bound inside the Surge almost a century ago. That would surely make him older still.
It would, if he'd been allowed to age. But the spell robbed the poor bairn of even that.
I'm sorry.
Walyas was the son of my great-grandfather. Leviathan awoke within him almost immediately. But instead of allowing the lad to live out his life as a valued member of the community, my ancestors sought to put his power to other uses. Sadly for them, the Icon sensed their treachery and summoned a wave so large it would have swallowed the entire village if my ancestors hadn't stopped him.
Then it is not the surge that binds the child, but time itself.
Yes.
Forgive me. I'm still not sure I understand.
It's because you're a dumb boy,
I'm not
Clive.
surprised. It isn't the easiest thing to explain.
Clearly they chose the
Which is
froze
why
the
it
child
might
in
be better
time.
If I took you to see him, show you exactly what he has to endure.
This is her solution to everything that's
That is
difficult
why
to
we
explain.
came.
Then let us be off. There's a road that leads north from the village. It'll take us right into the surge.
Every time that there's something that she needs to explain, she's just like, I'll just show you. Oh, tell us about your village. I'll just show you. Tell us about the... I'll just come over to the hall. I'll show you. Tell us about the boy. I'll show you.
We are, Delina. Have you spread the word about our guests?
I have. Everyone knows to treat them as family.
Can I go to your stores now or whatever?
You shouldn't have any trouble now, but just in case, I would have you accept this symbol of our people.
We've got another membership card here. I've long lost track of our
That's very
memberships.
kind.
I think we've got one to...
I look forward
I
to
almost
meeting
said
the
Best
family.
Buy, but that's
The
not it.
Fiends
Although we
Mutual.
probably do have that. Blockbuster, I
Should
think,
the
was our first
tributary be
one.
indisposed, feel free to ask me any questions you might have regarding the village, and I'll do my best to answer.
Thank you.
First question,
will.
are you 28 or
Then I'll bid you
88?
a good tide.
It's hard to tell with the white hair. If 88, you're taking care of yourself. I'd love to know what moisturizer you're using.
Our
New
storehouse
quests available
lies across the
nearby.
bridge. If you're short of supplies, you may find what you need there.
Excellent,
We
thank
will
you so
have to
much.
ask you
So
for
what is your
recompense,
story there,
poor
eh?
as we are.
You're probably the one with the side quest, and this one over here also has a side quest. We've got numerous side quests with which we can participate, or in which we can participate. Can I chat with this fellow?
If you want something from the forge, you'll have to wait your turn. Got my hands full as it is.
He is a soursmith.
Though not with what I need, thanks to the love of my life.
Interesting. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to do a quest to get him on our side. Probably the same situation here, I'd assume, because I'm at the stores.
Blue heavens.
There doesn't
What do you think
appear to
that
be
should be
anyone
doing
we can talk to here to get stuff. It looks like a separate building. I'm probably gonna have to do a different quest for each and every one of these locations in order to actually, like, properly unlock them, is I'm guessing how this is gonna go. So we'll start with the first person we saw up here, because that is clearly denoting the most important thing that needs to be done.